Hey everybody, welcome back to Yates Power and Fitness. This is my journey to the West Coast, Master Strongest Man, and it is dreaded leg day. I know I'm not a big fan of doing legs. I know it's not a popular, but hey, it's half the component that needs to get done. I hit them hard, I hit them heavy, so we're gonna do some squats tonight, some leg extensions. We're gonna go pretty heavy. You know my motto, go till you can't go. So we're gonna get warmed up here. I got my posterior back brace on, my neoprene sleeves, so we're gonna hit this, and we'll probably do about 4 sets, probably get it good and pumped up. I'm going for pretty much a stop to extreme. Haven't went extreme for a while, so pretty much this back squat for me is one of the key components to overall strength. I mean, this pretty much the back squat hits every single solitary muscle in your body. I mean, it's pretty unique to itself. Besides the deadlift, this is probably one of my ultra favorite exercises to really shock the whole system. I mean, this is you want to be a strongman, shocking the nervous system is one super key component. I mean, you're not going to get stronger unless you shock that central nervous system. This is something probably some people don't really understand between bodybuilding and strongman. So strongmen want to move heavier weight, bodybuilders just want to get bigger muscles, and from the virtue of getting bigger muscles, yes, you do get stronger, but you don't get as strong as you possibly could. There's a few guys out there that are like bodybuilders that are like extreme exceptions to the rule. Ronnie Coleman's probably one of them, probably one of the strongest bodybuilders ever lived. Franco Columbu, he was probably one of the stronger guys that ever lived. But overall, Dorian Yates is also very powerful, but never on a strongman level. So, and they're all massive men. So, and I'm not talking mass like overall size, because Franco was a little guy. Dorian Yates, he's a pretty little guy. You look at all the super powerful guys, they probably weren't over 6 foot tall. You know, pushing probably between 250 to 275 pounds per body weight. So, but we're gonna hit some of these. I'm gonna grind it through. And if you guys remember, I don't have a climate controlled facility. So I freeze my ass off in the wintertime and sweat my ass off in the summertime. Right now out in my gym, it is about 91 degrees and it's about, I think, around 10 o'clock at night. So it's it's pretty hot. But we're gonna wrap a few of these out and bring you guys along for the ride. Woo! That didn't feel too bad. So we're gonna get some more weight on here. Catch our breath and get a little more pumped up, a little deeper on them squats. I noticed wasn't quite hitting so low, so. All right, get some super secret serum. You guys want to know what's in this? I posted up a video not too long ago. This will put a little kick in your ass. Really get you that top end pow. And for old guys, it's kind of necessary roughness. So, but I try start my pre-workout drink probably about half an hour before, and like you see, I'm about halfway through it, and I just got started. So I like to do it little at the beginning, little in the middle. Some guys like just to take their pre-workout and just get it down and done right before they start working out, so it all hits them at once. Just my overall mentality, I like the slow, warm, just to work up to something. Just like when I'm working out, I don't like to hit the gas and go. I take my time with everything. So my workout sometimes can last from, 2 hours to 3. It really depends. And I highly suggest anybody, you want to really train hard and push yourself to new heights and new levels, give yourself time. That is the most probably important thing. I think give yourself time after a set to recover, get your pulse rate down, catch your breath, get your mindset on your next set. Especially when it comes to strongman stuff, you're gonna bang something out really quick, and do whatever. Some people like 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever between sets, and then bang it out again. I just don't do that. I don't get 100% every time if I do it like that. So I try to push myself to the ultimate max. And I find when I do it this way, I'm actually getting higher performance out of myself, because I feel like I'm getting stronger through the whole process. It's like, because sometimes the warm-up you feel like shit, and you get that second set in, and we got about 300 and so pounds now, and I'll pound this out, and by the time I get up to about 400 pounds or so, I usually feel like I'm getting stronger as I go. And that's just a progressive way I like to do it. There's a lot of different philosophies out there about progressive overloading, but this is specifically how I do it. And I have the luxury of doing this because I have my own gym, and I'm not sitting here camping out on a piece of equipment having anybody wait for me. But that's years of collecting and just wanting to do this solely to myself. So, and making it to the gym sometimes don't happen. Sometimes that hardest step is walking into the gym and getting yourself motivated. So a few more drinks of that in. We're gonna get hit this for probably half a dozen reps or so, and then we'll move on up. Like I said, we're going tonight until we can't go no more. So it's pretty much, when you see me fail back down to the cage, that's when it's over. So it's all or nothing. So I'm not going to go like half rep. I'm going to go down, and if I don't come back up, then I'm done. That's how you know you're done. All right, let's kick this pig. I got this posterior back brace, really helps protect the lower back. And put this other belt on, so double wrapped. Sometimes doing some lifts just for the equipment, just to keep myself protected. I'm like, feel like a mummy, but it's necessary. I mean, it's too easy to get out of whack, and to mess something up. So it's always better safe than sorry. Whew. Ah, that feels too bad. But that last push, you really you want to lock it out at the top. I felt sloppy. You can feel how sloppy I am by just hearing the weights because I ain't got collars on. But we're going to ramp it up. A few more pounds. Not to her, but to do her. Woo! All right, we got the bar loaded up. Finished catching my, getting the air back in my sails. Going heavy like this, it's a little taxing zone. I usually take at least, 4 or 5 minutes. Get the air back, let the heart rate go down. But super important for you to get a good recovery before your next set, because you really want to put your foot to the throttle and get stronger. You really want to be able to put maximum effort into your lift. And if you're not recovered good enough, or you're still a little bit fatigued off your previous set, you're not going to get 100% out of the next one. And what I was talking about previously is about feeling like you're getting stronger as you're progressing. But when you're doing that, then you know the muscle is warmed up, it's stimulated, and it's pumped, ready to rock. Once you reach that level, then you'll start, the muscle won't fatigue as quick. But for a lot of people, I can't say that, sorry. It's not a lot of people. A lot of programs I see out there they got a time limit, and then they're supersetting something, and that's more specific for bodybuilding. You don't even see CrossFit guys train like that. They'll do super fast, multiple sets, but they also like to give themselves quite a bit of recovery time too. So it really depends on what you're into. So, but in the strongman space, you want to really give yourself that recovery time to get your air back, let the muscle rest, and get the most out of it. And that's the key word of this specific lift, is getting the most out of it. So the more weight you put on, the more you're stimulating that muscle, shocking that central nervous system, and ultimately you're going to get more powerful. And that's the goal. So I'm not looking to get massive bodybuilder legs, but I am looking to move trucks, move mountains. I don't care if they look like chicken legs, I'm still wanting to move mountains with them. So it's a kind of a funny analogy sometimes when you think of well, you want strength and power, but you don't want to look good. No, it's not all about vanity, but it is about power. It's ultimately, the stronger you get, the more muscle you're going to have. And the more muscle you have, the stronger you're going to get, vice versa. But ultimately, we just want to get powerful. So we're going to hit this for about 2 more sets, and then we're going to do some leg extension. All right, bar's loaded up. Ready to hit this thing. All right. And sometimes with me, a lot of times when I lift heavy, I really got to get my brain into it. I can't be someplace else, and that's a key component to make sure what you're focused on, the movement. Don't be off in Wonderland. Mind-muscle connection. Woo. I'll take the gas out of your tank, boy. All right. Felt good, felt good. So we're gonna move on to that next one. Do some extensions, get these legs blasted. All right. Sweating hard. Nice and warm out. It's time to hit some leg extensions. That I usually do. About 3 sets of these with a pretty moderate weight. I don't try to do about between 10 and 12 reps. I really like getting the top of the quadricep really stimulated with this one. The fact of business is I don't like going too heavy on this because I have actually hyperextended my knee before. So I go till it hurts, till it burns. So get to her. All right, turning and burning, baby. So I do progressive overload on this too. We'll ramp the weight up there, go till you can't go. But ultimately, that's the plan. And probably I'll lose 10 pounds of water weight. It is hot out here today. But my road to Strongman is, I wouldn't say unique, but being a master Strongman, you don't see a lot of people, well, a lot of guys my age doing this, for one. It looks like to me on the web, there's so much banter about don't do this and don't do that after this certain age. I'm telling you this much, age is a number. If you take care of yourself and be smart, you can pretty much set your mind to do almost anything. Yes, every human has its limitations, but progressively, I think if you do things right, take care of yourself, take care of your body, sky's the limit. So, and I get really sick and tired of clicking on something on YouTube and says men over 40, men over 50, can't. It's bullshit. I'm telling you guys out there right now, I'm well over 50 and I'm out here busting my ass training for something I know I'm going to dominate. So if you're out there with the want to, but you don't have that can-do attitude, I would plug in. Join me on my journey and you see what a guy can do. It's just a mindset of what you want to do, what your goals are. I mean, this is my goal. This is something I've been doing for most of my life. I mean, family happens, life happens. There's always peaks and valleys with people, and I definitely had those. But always reach back for my passion and my dream is to compete. I've competitive bodybuilding, competitive powerlifting. I fell in love with Strongman a long time ago, and it's something that's very accessible to me now, and I plan on just crushing everything. And by stats, weight, and everything I'm doing now, I'm like a unicorn. So you guys are more than welcome to like, subscribe, join me on my journey, and you'll see the progress, the peaks, the valleys. I mean, it's a lifelong venture that it'll never come to an end. This is after this contest, there's going to be another one. I'm going to be pushing even harder, and I might progressively go for. I'd like to get a world record. That ultimately, it's not out of reach, but it's something after this contest I'm definitely going to try to obtain. But I'm going to finish up my legs, and thank you guys for joining me. So it's a little hot out here, so I'm kind of going to go in and out really quick. So like, subscribe, and if you want to be a strongman and you need some advice, you want some meal prep, just a good old talk you up and pat you on the head and give you a goody go, let me know. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you're doing to progress in your training, and I'd love to see what the progression overload of some older guys are doing now. Pin lifts and all kinds of good stuff. So, well, I'll check you later.